Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. Namaskar. Welcome to Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. Welcome, sister.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to Going Beyond.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. After a few episodes, today I thought of not reading the newspaper in the morning. Instead, I read something very nice in a column saying, I shall be happy the whole day today and will not get angry no matter what happens. And I've been trying.
Very good.
And you know what happened? Today while I was helping these boys to change the location and camera, a huge rod fell on my back while I was looking through the camera. And I did not react.
But otherwise, would you have?
I don't know, I would have at least shrieked, made a sound of the pain, or like another human being. I felt that something fell on somebody else.
That's because the mind has been programmed to something else. And there was another reason for it. Because in the first half of the day, all the situations that came, situations were plenty, even today. But every situation that came, today you consciously chose a response of stability. Now, every time a situation which was challenging, but you did not react and you remained stable, you conserved energy. It's energy. This is what we're talking, the energy needed to change a habit.
But it is impossible to believe that it can be so simple.
The half day today, since morning, you have remained stable in every situation and with every person's behavior. Today you have not reacted even once. So if there were about 15 situations this morning and you remained stable, there were two options, either irritation, maybe even anger, maybe even frustrated because nothing seemed to be going right. Because today again was one of those days when nothing seemed to be going right in terms of outside. But in every situation, because you remained stable, there were two options, stable or anger. So you remained stable, you conserved energy. Had you lost charge of yourself, you would have depleted energy. Now 15 times of depleting energy, and then situation passes away, but the mind remains in that mood for quite some time.
That's a very good point. I never realized the situation passes away, but the mood
Remains,
lingers for a long time.
and by the time the next situation comes, so every time it's the next situation, the reaction is faster. It becomes automated.
Oh, because of the first situation, earlier situation, that mood is still continuing.
That mood still continues. Now, after these 15 situations, if you would have been irritated or angry, and then if that rod would have hit you, it would have been a blast, probably. Who did it? You're not taking care, you're not holding it properly, I'm not here to work like this, could be one of those reactions. But 15 times of conserving energy and a response of stability in a smaller situation. And then when the bigger one comes, the mind is already prepared. This is the way to respond. Because each time, even those situations passed away, but the mood of stability remained. It remained. And that's how it carried forwards. And this is called changing the habit.
So that's what we were talking about, habit.
Yeah.
You remember I asked you in the other episode, I said I tried so many things, this, that, but there's something called habit. Deep inside me, in my subconscious.
But then it changed today. Now, how did it change? Early morning study of a new way of thinking. I am a happy being irrespective of whatever happens around me. Earlier, news would have been, or the newspaper would have been, no one and nothing seems to be going right in the world. There is so much mess, there are so many problems, there's pain. What we read, what we hear, information goes in. Depending on the quality of information going in is what we think. And then depending on what we think is how we act. So if we want to change how we behave and we speak, we have to change what we think. And if we want to change what we think, we'll have to start taking care of what we take in. It's not that we don't read the newspaper or don't watch news, but first thing in the morning, when the absorption capacity is very high, that's critical.
Early morning, the absorption, that is why it's called Gura Veda Vila, and that time to pray first thing in the morning.
Blotting paper, silent mind, well rested, past finished of the previous day, ready for the next day.
Absorb.
Absorb. But now it's our choice what to put on it at that time.
So by the time it absorbs very, very good things,
Yes.
it has less chances to absorb the other
Yeah,
things.
because the blotting paper starts getting saturated. About 2.5 hours of the morning is the highest absorption capacity. After that, the blotting paper starts getting saturated. So the later that we can put newspaper in the day, safer for us. So push it to 10, 12, better even evening.
As it is, it has no value. Morning newspaper in the evening has lesser value.
But the later it is, the better it is. Safer for us. And replace it with this daily study. Now what will this daily study do? It will give us wisdom. It will give us spiritual insights. Earlier when we are taking it, it might be wisdom shared by someone else. But very soon, our mind will start working in that direction. And what will happen is, after some time, we will be emerging the wisdom which is innate in us.
That's so beautiful.
Each one has it.
I love the line you said, wisdom shared by someone else.
Right.
And nothing like my own experience.
Absolutely.
Like today's experience.
It's not only experience. Experience is after you put your wisdom into practical. But even wisdom.
So my own wisdom.
Yes, because each soul is a pure, powerful soul, source of knowledge. Each soul. It's just that for anyone to emerge that knowledge or to emerge that wisdom, they have to silence the top layer. But if we're so occupied in the day-to-day thinking, we're not using that lower layer. But once we start using that deeper layer shared by somebody else, and then use that to silence our top layer, very soon we will be taking out our deeper layer, and that's magic.
Magic.
Because when we emerge our own innate wisdom, then those belief systems will change. Belief systems really don't change only by using other people's wisdom. It will not really happen. It will only be a beginning. It won't last for very long. It might be a temporary change, but after that we will go back to our own thing unless we have emerged our own. Because when we emerge our own innate wisdom, deep belief systems, deep perceptions will change because it was ours. Because when it's ours, we will know it will work. If you share something with me, I can say it works for you, but it doesn't work for me. But when it's come out from me, I'll say this works for me. I don't know whether it works for the rest of the world.
So it comes out of me by meditation.
Meditation
And the
is what we did first. And using knowledge shared by someone else to silence my mind, start a new way of thinking, and that starting a new way of thinking will emerge my knowledge. That is how
starting a new way of thinking will emerge my knowledge.
Because my old sanskars of stress and anxiety, which is the top layer, will start getting silenced, like what you did today. Because we were talking in the last few days that we can change our mood. We are not dependent on situations. Our mind is our state of being. Now this is something you heard, you took it, and you used it.
Actually, honestly, I'm enjoying it like I enjoy a game of golf.
It is a game.
It is seriously, I'm not joking.
No, but then the other day...
It did not take much of burden. Instead, I'm feeling lighter.
Yeah, but the other day I told you it's a game and you said, how can you call life a game? There is so much challenging. And today you're calling it a game.
Because this is my experience.
No, because it's fun. Today you've had fun. And because you saw success in what you wanted to do internally, it's a game. Otherwise, it's a struggle. It's an effort. But today, because it was fun, so now you see spirituality is fun.
People used to tell me that, spirituality is when you grow old, 60, 70, 80, later age when you have to do nothing. But you know something, the other day in Hyderabad, there was a function in the auditorium in the
Shanti
Sarovar. I've never met the judge, one of the judge. So Justice, I don't remember his name, he was there. He was standing next to me, and he announced publicly. He said, earlier I used to see this man with so much of tension on his face, and he used to look old. And with spirituality, you're looking younger. And he said in front of thousands of people.
Absolutely.
In the mic, it's on record.
Yeah.
So now, people's belief that if you grow old, you do that, and I am growing younger by that.
Absolutely. Because when the mind is happy, it will show on the body. When the mind is pure, it will show on the body. It will be happy, younger, and healthy. Everything. All three will work. So we need to understand that you don't require to do too much of makeup outside, but there's a lot of makeup to be done inside. So it's that inner beauty which will automatically reflect on the outer body. But then again, even in that case, we were going outside in. If I make myself look beautiful outside, then I will feel good. But actually, if I look good, I will look beautiful outside.
And then I will feel good.
Absolutely. No, then I will not feel good. Again, my feeling good is not going to be dependent on it. I'm going to feel good irrespective. And then look whatever is the best. But even if it's not, it doesn't matter, because my feeling is not going to be dependent on anything external. So this is your daily study. Now what you did, on basis of what you were hearing for so many days, you started using it. While you were using it, you started getting the power to be able to do it, and very soon you will be coming up with new ideas. That's emerging your wisdom. And when you emerge it, then you will know that this is going to work, because when it emerges, it pulls out the old belief systems. It's like weeds which need to be pulled out from the roots. If they're not pulled out from the roots, they're growing there very soon again.
Yeah, just like a tooth.
And that's why a lot of us are reading self-improvement books. We're going for programs and workshops and satsangs. We're watching television programs. But then what about the practical implementation? We see it for some time. Most of us will leave it to watching and listening and reading. Some of us will try it, but if we don't do it long term, it doesn't become our property. So daily study, it has to be done daily, not once in a while. That's very important. Then it becomes ours. And now meditation, and then daily study, and the third thing will automatically flow, which you've already proved to us today, daily application. Dharana. If I leave it only to meditation and study, it will not change things.
Doesn't it come naturally to dharana?
Not always.
But
not always.
Little bit it comes.
It will, but it will only increase if I take care. Everyone could have read.
Only increase if I want to.
If I take care the whole day, it's like everyone can read this morning, I am a happy soul, and come what may, I will remain stable. Probably 100 people will read it and study it and contemplate on it.
But I promised myself that.
Yeah, not only promise, took care. This is very important.
And I was aware of it.
It will only work in our circle of relationships now. Whether it's at home, whether it's at work, whether with friends, in every interaction, I have to see whether I'm shifting from that reactive behavior, my habitual reactive behavior, to a conscious responding behavior now. And that will only happen aware. How did I respond? And not only just respond outside. Some of us can learn to respond outside very beautifully. We could just smile. Acquired. But that's temporary. That's not a response.
But doesn't that show, Didi?
Yeah, but even then, we have learned to live our life with this.
Because other people also do, so they're
do the
all
same.
happy together.
Yeah, that's all.
Oh, hi, how are you? You're looking
absolutely.
nice.
As long as, as long as both of us spoke sweetly to each other, how does it matter how we were thinking inside? But that's not response. Response is here. It's like, the hospitality industry, the customer care industry. They're all trained to respond beautifully outside. I mean, you can slam the door on their face and they will say thank you and smile and leave. That's their training. That's a part of the job. But then it's also an inspiration. If they can do it, we can do it. The only difference, they're taking care only outside. We'll take care inside. Outside will automatically happen. We really don't need to take care of outside. If you're thinking nice, never ever need to take care, did I speak properly? Did I say the right words? Did I behave properly? Because if negative was not created, it cannot flow outside. But if negative is created and then converted and positive is shown outside, then there are a lot of chances that this will also come out. And anyways, while it's getting created, it's vibrating. It's radiating to the other person. So spirituality helps us to clean that thinking, to not need to bother about how I'm talking, walking, behaving. I don't have to make people happy. Just need to take care inside.
Here, I have a question. How I'm talking, behaving, making others feel. The other day, somebody asked me, you've done so many programs with Sister Shivani, you've gone to so many classes of Brahma Kumaris, and there's so much you've learned. In spite of that, if you do this, what do you mean by you got angry with the staff? You talked so harshly to your cook. You should stop speaking and stop doing this program if you don't know how to behave.
Yeah.
What is the answer for this?
A very deep belief system, again, which people around us are there to say to us, because this is our fourth subject, daily sharing, seva. Gyan liya, gyan, meditated, dharana, application, and then seva. And why seva? Why sharing? Because it's human nature that if there's anything that I have got, which I am benefiting from, it's natural instinct that I would want to share it with everybody. But there are a lot of people around us who are watching us very, very critically. Reason being, one, they're not ready to believe that this is possible. Like if this morning you tell people around you that today I have decided, and you share with everybody, let's say you would have shared with everybody this morning that today's thought for the day is I'm a happy soul and I will remain happy today irrespective. So one, while listening to you, people are going to say, I'm sure he won't be able to do it because he's got a deep-rooted sanskar of getting angry. And it's anyways not possible to remain happy always because my old belief system.
It's only the books.
Yeah. So then everyone's around you going to be watching you very, very critically. And then the slightest shift on the face, the slightest loud word, and there I am to say, see, I knew it. You can't do it. And so you shouldn't be talking about it. But this is not actually true. This is not true. Once learnt, once studied, trying to implement doesn't mean perfect on the first day.
I'm sharing what I've learned.
Yes.
I'm also a student.
Absolutely.
And I'm trying to say that this is I'm learning.
Right.
I would like to share with you.
Absolutely.
I never promised that I've become that. I've mastered it.
True. And anyways.
Even my golf teacher makes a mistake, no, while playing golf.
Perfect.
Then?
Perfect. But every time...
I can't tell him, see, you hit a wrong shot, you stop teaching golf.
Yes. But every time the teacher is teaching you, before you benefit, the teacher benefits. This is very important. This is very important.
So I'm reaffirming.
Every time the teacher is teaching you, you will learn according to your capacity. As a student that you're learning golf, you learn according to your capacity. But every time the teacher is teaching, the teacher's capacity to play the game is improving.
Not only play the game, to teach many like me.
Definitely. But even if we don't think about teaching, personal benefit, because we're talking about how to change our habits.
So when I'm sharing the gyan, the knowledge, with my family and friends, so I'm being benefited?
First thing, and there can be times that when you share, nobody benefits. There can also be possible nobody benefits, that everybody just, listens to it and says, okay, fine. But the one who's sharing, one, it's become their thinking, and then they're churning on it because they're sharing. See, while sharing, you kind of churn. It's while sharing that a lot of things emerge which we didn't even know consciously. It always happens while sharing. I mean, I always experience, whether it's on this awakening program or whether it's while meeting people or doing programs, certain things are just coming out which we're not aware at all. And it's only after they come out.
We were not aware that we had that kind of knowledge within us.
Yes.
Because we never believed that we are that powerful soul.
Knowledgeful soul. Every soul is a knowledgeful soul. but we were not using it. It's a department where we hadn't gone. So we didn't even know what all was lying there. But now that we started sharing with everybody else stuff that was lying in that department, more and more and more just started popping out.
So much of treasure.
Yes.
And we don't know.
Yes. But most important, it comes out only while we are sharing. Because one is studying. When it's studying, we're taking in, we're reading. But when we are sharing, we're taking out. When you're taking, you're benefiting. Definitely, you're benefiting because you're taking in something very beautifully. You're benefiting. But when you're sharing, you are churning and making that your property and then sharing. It becomes deeper. At the Brahmakumaris, we have this very, very beautiful system that when anyone attends a workshop or a retreat or goes to the headquarters Mount Abu for the first time, anything, any small little thing that also we do, and we have an experience, even if it's a little experience, the next morning in the whole gathering, we share our experience. Now the whole idea, why are we sharing our experience? It's our experience, so why can't I just keep it to myself? And then we are taught, share your experience. And initially I found it very strange that why should I tell so many people what I experienced over there or how I felt there? But now I realized it's so logical. Every time you share, it just reaffirms then and there. Otherwise it sometimes is just gone after the experience is just lost. But once you've shared it, you've reaffirmed it. And the other thing is that when you share it, and you're sending out those beautiful vibrations to so many hundreds or thousands of people sitting there, they create very beautiful thoughts, and all their energy radiates back to the one who
when
shared.
they are benefited
Yes.
by what you are sharing,
Yes.
then how much they must be giving you a dua. Dua means, I don't know, what
Pure
is the English
wish,
word?
good wishes.
Good wishes.
Good wishes and blessings. And now when these good wishes and blessings come towards the one who's sharing, it's a huge source of positive and pure energy. This energy helps me to change my sanskar.
So by
Because
sharing,
I've just got tremendous energy coming from everywhere.
learning, churning and sharing is changing my sanskars.
Absolutely. So it just becomes so easy. Now at the Brahmakumaris we are taught these 4 subjects need to be taken well care of. And serving also through mind, through words and through actions. Service is not only through words. You know, we thought sharing only means speaking. Sharing through mind.
Mansa.
Mansa.
Karmana, vacha.
And karmana. And which means it's not necessary that I have to have someone to whom I have to speak the whole day. No one to speak to. Just sit and create beautiful thoughts and radiate them to the world. This is the most powerful service. Because if we share words, people might listen, people might not listen. Might take it in, might not take it in. But when we radiate vibrations, soul to soul, it has to hit.
I tried this.
Yes.
You know what happened? Last time I read this and heard about it, maybe you must have told me. So early morning while I was meditating, there was nobody. So I said, okay, all the power and all the knowledge and all the bright light, I take it from the Almighty and start sharing to every home and every person in the universe on earth. Suddenly a face popped up. And I said, why should I bless this fellow? He's been hurting me, disturbing me. So many days. It is so, I'm being so honest. Then I said, no. If he becomes wise, he will not do what he's doing.
True.
See,
And most
at that time, early morning,
Yes.
how your wisdom works. I said, if I give him a lot of blessings and he becomes a better person,
Yes.
whatever disturbances trying to create in my life are not there.
Most important, when you send those pure vibrations and blessings, you're helping the soul to heal himself.
Yeah.
A soul is in pain. That's why they're behaving in whatever way they're behaving, what the world would term wrong. But then it's a sign that somebody is in pain. Someone who's disconnected from his original self is behaving through greed, anger, whatever.
So much of pain he must
So
be
much of
undergoing.
pain,
So
yeah.
how do you know?
So the easiest way to serve is not speak to them, but to send them these pure vibrations. So here we learn that Mansa Seva, serving through the mind, is the most powerful form of serving souls. And you can do that in any relationship. Not getting along well with someone, don't try to talk out too much. Sometimes it just doesn't get resolved with words. Because when we are speaking words to words, there is ego in between. You know, the other person.
But here, when we send good vibrations to the other person, we should send it to that soul and not to that body.
To the soul.
But we can imagine that soul with this body.
Yes.
I'm sending, this soul is sending like that.
It's like I'm not sending to my husband, to my boss. Don't get into labels.
Okay.
I'm sending to the soul. And remembering that that soul originally is very pure.
We should do
Very
a
beautiful.
nice, beautiful meditation on this system.
Definitely.
It's a beautiful thing.
Let's sit back and first have a look at my own self. I, the being, who's now taking charge of my state of mind. Pure, powerful soul. Independent of situations and behaviors outside. Child of the Supreme Father, the ocean of purity. His powers, His vibrations are reaching me. Let me emerge another soul with whom apparently there seems to be a conflict. The energy is blocked. I take that powerful energy from the Supreme Father and like a laser beam, send it out to that soul. Irrespective of what they have done, what they have said. They were absolutely right from their perspective. They are in pain. Vibrations of love and compassion flow from me to them. Blockage getting cleared. Harmony being created. Om Shanti.
Shanti, sister, thank you so much.
When we take knowledge shared by others and implement it, we silence our noisy mind. Then our own innate wisdom will emerge, and this will change our deep belief systems. Study knowledge in the morning and then attention in the day on its application in situations. This is dharana, inculcation of values. We shift from reactive behaviors to consciously responding from our original qualities of peace, love, and respect. When we respond with stability in smaller situations, we conserve energy. When there is a crisis, we have the energy to face it with calm and stability. The knowledge we learn, we share it with others. This is seva. When we share, we benefit first because we churn the knowledge while sharing. Sharing can also be radiating vibrations of purity. If you wish to discuss your problem or have a question to ask or want to know your nearest Rajyoga Meditation Center, call us on 099 99 744 555.
Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. ये ध्वनि मंगल ध्वनि है. Om Shanti Om. This sound